welcome, everyone, to welcome to the new subscribers. We appreciate you. Thank you for giving a chance on this. This is the best podcast you've never heard of, hands down.
I think we should have a toast to that.
We should. You brought a mystery drink.
Yep.
God only knows what you brought us.
Right. I kind of know what it is, but I don't know what it'll taste like.
Now, may I ask why? What made you feel the urge to get this mystery drink?
Because I've never seen anything like it before.
May I ask what store did you get it at?
I got it at Publix.
Okay.
That's where you can find it.
Okay.
Or that's where I found it anyway.
Is it on the healthy side or the vending machine? You know, school should have it in their vending machine.
Neither.
Oh boy.
I know, right? What? Just by looking at it, so we have a very dark. It almost looks like Coke, doesn't it?
There's no smell to it.
No smell.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is gonna be ass.
Well, here's to you, and here's to you guys. Thank you all so much for the
Oh, my
support and the
God.
love. Appreciate y'all.
What the fuck do I get myself into?
Going in there with you.
Okay, it is nothing.
It's water.
It's nothing.
It's water. I know, right?
What is it?
BLK, balance, love, kindness.
Why is it?
Or a good abbreviation for black.
Why?
More than water. Yeah, it's black water.
Why? Yeah, this is what they have in Michigan.
Right.
What's-
Exactly. It's infused with fulvic acids and fulvic minerals.
So is it gonna make me shit?
No. I guess it's like, good for.
I'm gonna.
I looked it up briefly. It's like, anti-dementia, like good for your brain function, kind of stuff like that. But it doesn't smell and it doesn't taste, so it is legit water. I was curious as to how that was going to turn out.
Okay, how much did that bad boy cost you? Let's just get a price.
Like $2.89.
$2.89.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
all
almost
so
$3
We're not gonna be
for-
having it on the regular. Okay.
No. Yeah, it's about a little over a pint. So
I might be stupid. I don't really get all the extra minerals and shit. Like, does that really do anything? Like all the extra minerals?
I don't know. That's a good
Well,
question.
I mean, like mineral water, vitamin water. I feel like it's just all.
From what I remember,
scam.
when my brothers were babies, if they were constipated, you would give them mineral water. It would help them shit. So that's a good point that you bring up. So maybe it will make us go boom boom in a little bit. We'll find out about halfway through this, I think.
Okay.
If I feel like a brick hit my lower
See,
intestine.
Michigan doesn't have it that bad.
Yeah, this is
Black
okay.
water's fine.
It's okay.
Do they have other colors?
Nope.
No, just
This is
black.
the only one.
Just black.
Just
Okay,
black.
Okay. Hey, listen.
Right.
I'm not judging. Whatever. Well, speaking of drinks, popular Twitch streamer, OnlyFans superstar, and I'm gonna botch her name, but it's okay. Amouranth.
Her name isn't important. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. What's her name?
Amaranth? Is her name right?
Ampersand?
No,
Amaranth?
I said Amaranth.
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 Amtrak.
That's her name. Y'all know what the fuck her name is.
Okay.
Big time. She's pretty. She's big time on Twitch, whatever. I've seen some of her streams before and cringy, just like any other girl who streams nowadays. It's
Okay.
cringy, with the bathing suits in the pool. Let me write your name on my floaty here. Let me, whatever the fuck. And then what she's doing.
I'll tell her how to spell it.
You know what she's doing on OnlyFans,
Nice.
I can only imagine.
I wonder what she spells on her OnlyFans.
She's not knitting sweaters, I'll tell you that.
And
But,
what with?
she's got so much money, like she's invested in like 7-Elevens and all. That's just like a little backstory. Well,
Okay.
she's getting into the beer game, and we know you are a beer connoisseur. I just have to say. So the new beer that she's going to be coming out with is Yoni, is the name of her beer.
Yoni.
Yoni.
Okay.
Yony.
Oh, and oh.
No, N-I.
Oh,
sorry.
N-I?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to be like, it was like Sony, Yoni.
But here's the catcher. It's going to be made with a special ingredient. Do you want to take a guess on what you think it could be? Something special and unique that you will not get in any other beer.
It's not one of her bodily fluids in there, is it? Like she's...
I mean, you're in the ballpark, but it's not a bodily fluid.
Oh. Her hair?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Like she drops like a little strand of hair in every bottle.
No.
Okay. I'm out.
Okay.
Love?
No.
Damn it.
Well, I mean,
That's a secret ingredient in
it's
all my cooking.
well, it's in. I mean, I think it's kind of the same on what they use for, like the Krabby Patty formula for SpongeBob. I think it's kind of like in that realm.
All those heaping pounds of freshly ground plankton.
No,
I remember that episode.
It's going to be yeast and bacteria from her vagina.
Oh, so that's how it okay, I was kind of close.
You were
I
close.
was kind of close. All right.
Yeah.
Do we have well, I guess she's starting the line, so it's not released yet. We don't really have a figure of how much it costs to
No, and it's legal. It's perfectly legal.
Sure.
You just have to put that, I guess, disclaimer or part of the ingredients. You have to put, yeast from a Amouranth's vagina. I guess you put that. I don't know how many calories that is, but here's the thing.
This is like the farts in the jars, but at least I'm getting something else with it.
And then there was the sand that Tom Brady allegedly sat on. It's just, when are we gonna stop? When are we gonna stop putting these women that have no talent or do really anything constructive in life? When are we gonna stop putting them on pedestals? I know they're pretty and they're nice to look at, and look, even if you want to jay off to them, God bless you. It's one thing to give them money on OnlyFans, but then you're gonna buy shit like this.
Yeah, simping ain't easy, man.
I don't know what's so.
It's gnarly.
Here's the thing: does she have like a bad yeast infection that she's
I
like,
know,
man, I'm gonna put this shit in a beer?
I was gonna say, I kind of feel like
she's outing
this
herself.
beer should also have some kind of include, like her gynecologist or something for needs to. I mean, I guess we're busting HIPAA laws at that point. So it's kind of at the consumer risk at that point. Because what's her pH balance? Like, what's going on down there? Like, because if something's not right, or who knows? What if she has some kind of weird? What if she's a carrier of a disease, or that she doesn't know about? I don't know. It could go wrong.
Maybe she got it from COVID. We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah. Or how did she notice? Because I've heard things like that. These hippie chicks that'll like actually bake a loaf of bread in a similar fashion. Yeah, I mean I've heard plenty of stories, and you guys might have as well, of women that are nursing, and there's always like, either the husband or something, they want to try it, and they were just like, or their best friend, it's another woman, and they're like, it's fucking gnarly or whatever. But some people dig it. So
and then they freeze it and sell it and.
This is kind of like, once again, going the antithesis of that law of contagion. It's like a law of attraction. Like, we know it's something that's kind of gross, but people get off on weird shit like that. Like those guys that one woman who was selling her underwear to all these creepy guys on the internet.
Yeah.
And then she did some video, come to find out she's just buys pairs of underwear and lets her dog walk around in it for a week then nails it. Right.
That's even better.
But that's what I mean. At the same time, I can't really hate, because I'm like, I mean, shit, if people are buying it, how can I tell you that you're wrong for doing this kind of thing? Like, it's weird, but I think it's going to do well. I don't think it's going to last.
Oh, it's going to do well because of how many fucking fans she has. I mean, dude, she just, like I said, besides that, and again, I have not given her any money at all whatsoever. I just have seen her back in the day when my favorite radio station, Bubba Love Sponge, was on Twitch. She would always pop, they push for her.
Okay.
She's like their top fucking earner.
Sponsored, yeah.
Right.
Featured
and
creator.
It's just crazy to me that, they're fans. I mean, like, I have... Like, I'm fans of certain people, but, like, if Brady's like, oh, I'm going to make a new beer and I dunk my balls in each can, I'm not going to be like, oh, my God, let me get a six-pack right away. Okay, maybe, but...
That's what goat fuel's made out of, if you've ever had that drink.
Point. It's just, I mean... The simps are real out there, and it's just giving dudes a bad name, man. Like the genuine, real men out there. It's like, because now these women just think they can just fucking do whatever they want, make whatever they want, and they're just gonna.
Well, I'll tell you what. For guys like us, I saw a quote that's been floating around. Was Michael B. Jordan put this out where it's like, not every guy is flirting with you. Some of us were raised by good women that taught us to be gentlemen.
Right.
But then you have this crowd that is probably just chomping at the bit to get their hands on this beer because of that connection. Like they're feeling like I don't know what's going through their head. I don't know if they feel like it's some kind of weird, secondhand, cunnilingus kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, the attraction, the appeal to it, because you're right. If you told me Tom Brady came out with a new drink, and I'd be like, oh, that's awesome. And then there's like, oh, by the way, he dunked his balls in every single can of it. I'd be like, I'm not going to have that. Like, that's just, boom, right there. Like, even though, he's the greatest of all time so far. Who knows what the future holds? It's Hall of Fame, no doubt. It's all of that. But I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to buy a pair of his underwear. I'm not going to do anything like that.
Maybe it'll rub off on you.
One can only hope.
Would you try it? I know.
Her beer?
Yeah. Like, if it was priced reasonable, would you try it? Does it...
Yes, I guess I would.
Just to see what yeast tastes like? What a yeast infection tastes like?
You crack a beer, you'll smell it. It's liquid bread that you're drinking.
What do you think? She just goes to the plant and just gets on the table, spreads them just like she's at home, whatever. Just spreads them and then just starts scooping them out.
Those conveyor belts in it could be in movies or cartoons where it plops something in there. It's going down the line and she's just kind of crab walking over it and just goes wah, wah,
okay
right onto each bottle. And
no, she stands and the conveyor belt goes. She doesn't walk, she just stands.
Okay, she can just stand. The bottle goes right underneath her and then put it all up in her business and then go whoop, whoop, whoop,
what
kind of get the residue in there. And
what's worse, the fact that she came up with it or the company that heard her pitch and goes, yes, we're going to finally beat Bud Light?
The company. It's the company. Everyone's got bad ideas. Look at us. But for someone to go ahead and invest on that and be like...
And then the breakdown, like, how much of her yeast infection are you going to put in each? Like, how are you breaking that down?
Dude, I have now so many questions.
How are you breaking that down?
How much do they produce?
Right.
And right, what are the conditions? That's what I mean. I want to talk to the guy now.
Is her vagina looking like Shrek? Like, is it just swollen, green, infected, and it's just like what's going on?
Just a fat moose knuckle.
Or is it seasonal? Like, she only gets a yeast infection, August through December, and then the rest of the months it's like, sorry.
Pumpkin spice.
I don't know. It's
what's her name? Amouranth. Amaretto.
I don't really know. I don't come up with these names. I don't really know. But
I wonder what the name of the beer. It's called Yoni, right?
Yoni.
That was it. Yoni.
Yoni. Yeah, it's Yoni. I don't know when it's coming out yet, but she has partnered and it's going to make it happen. And it's perfectly legal. I guess you just whatever. But people are going to buy it.
Right. When you go to the bar, just order a Yoni.
I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be Walmart. Walmart's going to have it.
I guess someone's got to go ahead and try and push it first and see what's going on.
Walmart or Winn-Dixie, one of the two.
Walmart's were the first, their liquor stores were the first that I saw the mixed Coke, Jack and Coke, already in a can. Just looked like a Coke can, and I thought they were selling mixers there. And then I read the sign, I was like, oh. I'm like, wow, people are doing that anyway. I guess it was about time they finally came around to this. But I saw that there first, months before I would see it in any other liquor retailer or grocery store.
And then another thing too, I literally just thought of how many guys nutted in her, and then you're just having that in your beer. Oh, we gotta try it. We have to when it comes out. We gotta have it. We have to at this point. Fuck it. I mean, we might as well just join the fucking
Yoni
party.
stands for yeast of
only
nutting inside. I don't know, man.
You only nut in. That's it.
Oh,
you only nut inside. You're only nut inside something. I don't know.
That's it.
I just thought of it. I'm just like...
It's probably how she came up with it. Oh.
Beautiful. Hey, joke's on us. Joke's on us, man.
Right.
She's gonna make a fucking killing, buy more gas stations, buy more fucking inflatables for a pool.
Hey, wait till we come out
More
with our new line
bikinis.
of milk. But speaking of ordering drinks too, a waiter reported a tourist who mixed up a word while ordering a drink in Lisbon, in Portugal. In a bizarre accident, a tourist actually triggered a bomb scare when he mistakenly used a translation app to order pomegranate juice, but ended up with a Portuguese word that sounded like grenade.
Beautiful.
This led to the restaurant staff believing he was threatening them with an explosive device. The police were summoned, and the man, a Russian speaker from Azerbaijan, was surrounded by armed officers, handcuffed, and taken to the police station for questioning. He had no past criminal record, explosives, or weapons, so he was eventually released.
I
So
would sue
always
Google.
be careful.
Sue Google. That's
Right?
what I would do.
It's it was some kind of translation app. I don't know if it was Google Translate.
Sue whatever, automatically sue whatever app
they might
you
be,
use.
yeah, they might be the
That's what I
parent
would
company
do.
of it all to
Right.
begin with. But I mean, could you imagine? You try to order a drink, the next thing you know, you're getting swatted at the cafe.
That would be funny.
Hey, man.
Get curbed right there just because they think you're a terrorist.
Well, it kind of want to makes me look up what that word is, like what grenade is in Portuguese and what pomegranate is. If it seems to be that close where you could screw it up just slightly. And why are we having words that close? That reminds me, I don't know if you ever saw Harold and Kumar go to Guantanamo Bay, the second one.
No.
Well, the whole thing happens because they're on a flight and Kumar wants to get high and he starts hitting a bong and they start freaking out because he's an Arabic-looking guy on the plane with some kind of device that's making noise, and he's like, it's just a bong. And he said bomb! And it turns into a whole thing. That's what went through my head when I read this story. Chad, could you imagine? I mean, if you don't speak the language either, you're going to be really confused.
Dude, everyone's on edge, and especially over there, you have to be fucking careful, dude.
And he's Russian. I'm sure that didn't help, too.
Well, I mean, you know...
He said grenade. I take his word for it.
And again, they don't know who he is, where he's from, and, you know, it's just... You can't joke about those things, especially now.
Right.
Especially now what's going on in the world and stuff. You know, you see all these shootings, bomb explosions, not just in the States, but everywhere.
A chemical plant in Texas exploded like 2 days ago. Another one of these. We're starting this up again.
No big deal, dude. It's just another Ohio-Palestine thing. Who cares, bro? But listen, you can't. You know, I don't blame them for acting how they did. You have to. You can't take it lightly.
No,
It's
because the second you do and something does go wrong.
Right, because what if he did have a bomb? I mean, or a grenade. We don't know. But
that's true.
You know,
I'll have some more of this Flint water.
Yeah, well, go for it. Well, you bring up with bombing. This kind of hits close to home, only because I had a coworker that was affected by it. The weekend before Halloween. I know this is a couple weeks behind, but Ybor, probably the safest city in Florida. Just have to throw that out there. Ybor City is it's beautiful. There was a shooting that happened, and 2 people died, and 18 got injured. And
Who's spraying?
Yeah, and it just all started off with a bunch of kids who were just talking shit to each other and whatever, and then, you know, they just pulled out the guns and just started spraying.
Right? There's always a bitch in the crowd.
Yeah. So, why bring this up? Well, because, of course, the great mayor of Tampa, Jane Castor. I mean, let me tell you something. She is just so presidential. She makes Hillary Clinton look like, you know, I don't know, a fucking backup quarterback. I don't really know. Words can't describe how great
I thought she was a backup quarterback.
Words can't describe how great Mayor Jane Castor is. I mean, really. Like, I feel so safe living here in the Tampa Bay area, even going there. I
remember when she was trying to shut the streets down after the Bucks won the Super Bowl and everyone was everywhere partying and she got all upset.
Her COVID stuff for the boat parade was, I mean, she saved so many lives. I mean, we need to have her face on the dollar bill. I'm just saying. But why I bring this up is, of course, gun control. Oh my God, we need stricter laws on guns, and oh my God, it's just out of control. Well, here's the thing. One, a lot of these wannabe thugs, because that's what they are. Okay, that they're these young kids. They see some fucking, little baby rap videos, and they all think they're fucking thugs. I think one of them or a couple of them were alleged like rappers too, like coming, on the
Right.
come up, SoundCloud
This is our
rappers,
group.
whatever,
Yeah.
right? And they had guns, obviously, but a lot of them they obtained illegally or they stole them. Okay, so your little gun control laws wouldn't do shit regardless.
Keep looking at Chicago, man. I mean, hell, there was a news crew that was doing a report about armed robbery in the city and then got robbed at gunpoint.
Right. So, I'm actually surprised people didn't have, the people that were there partying or whatever didn't have guns on them. We're in a concealed state.
Right. There's no. Yeah.
So, because that's the point. The point of it is to, in case, God forbid, a nut job or a couple of them wants to get cute, start shooting at people, whatever, instead of waiting for the police to come, because we know how quick they get here. I mean, they come in a whopping 30 minutes or more. I mean, they're on top of their game here. It's kind of, I wouldn't say your responsibility, but you can kind of act and, destroy the threat or neutralize the threat a lot
Sure.
quicker instead of waiting for help or Jane Castor to come down with her squad and, whatever. And I got to tell you this, and it was 3 o'clock. See, nothing good happens after, I know the saying's after 2 or 1. Nothing happens good after 11 p.m. Let's just be honest.
My
okay?
dad used to always tell me midnight because I would always be out, in those hours, and he would be like, "Son, nothing good happens."
Right. That's number one. Number two,
right.
Ybor City is becoming Chicago. Okay, it's not. It's getting there. Within time, it's going to be just as good as Chicago, but
just more meth.
Right, which is crazy because Ybor City used to be like the up and coming thing. They had a bunch of restaurants there. I've never been there, so
I'd go there for Gasparilla all the time. I went there for the night parade a few years. There was, of course, the cops are all out and they're all on horseback, which is fun too because on the little saddle of the horse it says sheriff on the back and has 2 little flashing lights on it, little red and blue light. But then they get mad at you if you get near the horse, so you don't do that. But there's horse shit all in the streets after that because they're walking around. And then as we were doing that, it was like going back to the Wild West. We got cops on horses walking down the street and, little shit patties everywhere. And as we're going down 7th Avenue, the door to one of the bars just bursts open. These guys are mid-fist fight. There's like 3 or 4 dudes mid-fist fight, literally pouring out of the bar. And I'm like, where the fuck are we right now? Like, it's the Wild Bunch out here.
Yeah.
And that was, 10 years ago. So
Right.
I'm sure it's only gotten better.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
But yeah, a lot of people got hurt. The coworker, she didn't get shot at, but allegedly what happened was, I guess, glass broke when she was taking cover, and it cut up her arm and leg and stuff. Yeah,
That gets
she had to
embedded
get
under your
stitches
skin,
and
yeah.
stuff. I mean, I'm glad nothing happened to her. It seems to me now, and it's sad. It's like we kind of just don't care about life at all. It's just like a whatever thing. It's just like, like you wearing your shirt. Like, it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
We're just quick to whatever situation. Mostly we're all sane people and don't get to that point. But there's a good amount of people that, for whatever reason, the minute they get mad, they don't get their way, whatever, they're instantly, okay, shoot to kill,
Right.
whatever.
Kill everything because
Right.
I need to feel better about not feeling good right now, and these people have made me feel that way, so I'll show them.
Right.
I'll show everybody.
Yeah. So, it's unfortunate, and luckily it's not as bad here in Florida. Like, it's not like it's not like Chicago or Philly or LA. Like, it's for the most part, it's pretty, There's no really mass
Yeah,
shootings.
you get.
I mean,
You
we
get
had
a lot
the
of the silly shit.
we had the
yeah.
Orlando thing a couple years ago,
Right.
which was horrible. But for the most part, it's the deterrent is, you know, especially should be now is you don't know who has a gun and who doesn't. And I'll tell you one thing, because and she was a girl, obviously, but I wouldn't let if I was dating or had a girlfriend, I would not let her out by herself or with a group of friends at Ybor. Are you kidding me? Really? That's a no.
Could go wrong.
Especially if she doesn't have. She better have protection. I'm not talking about condoms.
No.
You know, something.
Get that pepper spray.
Something, man. It's.
I like the was it the cat claw or whatever it's called. It looks like it's like a metal outline of a cat's head, and the ears are really sharp. But like when you put it on, it's almost like like a brass knuckle fit wood, and the two ears are pointing out like this, like almost like your Wolverine, so you can break the nose and gouge the eyes at the same time.
That sounds like some weird sex shop thing you're talking about.
It's a flea market thing.
Yeah, I don't even know
He was close.
what that is. But yeah, it's. I don't know. I just hate that we can't take responsibility for bad behavior or a lack of police or something. We just instantly go, oh man, it's just these guns. Like I've said it before and I say it again. I could put guns, lay them out on the table, and guess what? As long as no one touches it and points it at each other, guess what? We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay.
It's just a sad state of affairs that this really is the reality at this point, where I'm considering even more as the days go on, probably gonna get one. That's weird, but you make a great point, because go into a gun expo and pull one on somebody. Watch what that never happens. We all know why.
You never.
But if everyone is holding one, I mean, even let's leave weapons out of it. If I walked into a karate studio and it's just the masters there,
Okay, maybe not.
you think I was gonna fucking fight people?
Well, maybe
Get my
not
ass
karate.
kicked.
Well, maybe not. Well, no, you could beat people up in karate. Karate isn't nothing. If it was jujitsu, that
Okay.
would be. Yeah, you can't walk. Yeah,
Right. But that's what I mean. Like the whole fuck around and find out aspect, everyone knows it. That's what I mean. These guys are tail tucked between the legs, just absolute bitches, absolute pussies, to where someone's talking shit to your face and actually probably said something that hit close to home because you knew it was true deep down, and you got so flustered about it that I'm just going to start shooting people. I mean, I guess I wish someone in the crowd had something to take him out. Like you sent me that video, and it was a shoplifter. It's not a shooting. But wrestling with the security guard, trying to use a shopping cart to shove him out of the way, and there's just some bystander, someone shopping at the store with a 2-liter that just plunks him in the head and dropped out cold. Like you wish somebody would be around to put a stop to it.
Yeah.
Because what else are you going to do? Wait for the authorities to show up? By then it's just a cleanup crew.
I mean, think about this.
Thoughts and prayers. That's where that shit starts to come from. This whole thoughts and prayers. And everyone's like, no, we need action and legislation. Well,
No.
How
no,
about
we
everybody's
don't.
fucking strapped? There's your action.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about an open carry, or not open carry, but like how he said, concealed carry? Then you
I
don't
wouldn't
know
mind-
who's fucking around.
I wouldn't mind open carry either. I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind
you really
that.
wouldn't fuck around at
I
that
really
point.
wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that at all. It's just a deterrent.
Yeah.
Responsible gun owners don't have these issues where, oh my God, man, I feel like I got to shoot somebody. Like, no.
Right, responsible.
It's a deterrent. If you know that, whatever, it would restrict. Think about this. If you just had security at schools, there'd be less school shootings. Armed security guards.
Right.
Okay? Not fucking grandpa who, hears a gunshot and runs away.
Runs away, yeah.
Okay? And think about this. The whole Ukraine and Russia war, when that first started, Ukraine did not have guns. They
yes.
stored them all away.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, when Russia comes in, then they got to quickly hurry and grab the guns. That is the whole point why we have the Second Amendment in the first place, is to avoid shit like that. That's not even counting the
Or your self-defense.
infighting that we have each other. Listen, there's a lot of bad people out there. There's fucked up people too. Mental illness is out the window, and you have, it's a thing. It's a thing. You have to watch your back. You cannot be a victim. You just can't be. And you can't be naive either and pretend like, oh, well, this could never happen to me. Yeah, we're safe compared to other states, but this shit still happens. You still have to, there's still crazy people out there.
Yeah. I've heard lots of stories, too, of people who our boy Dizzy, he had shared a story a couple days ago where he was, and when he was still living in Canada, where he was at a pizza place when an armed robbery happened, and he was like, of course, he's not armed, he's not anything, he wasn't going to be a hero either, even if he was, he's like, I just slumped over in my chair pretending I was asleep. Fucking get out of here, please. But what else, Ray, it's like, if I'm in that situation, does that even help me? What if I did that? I'm just going to act like I'm asleep, and they shoot me in the face while I'm pretending to be asleep. Who knows? I don't know,
you would really have to, that
antagonize them.
You're better off, for you personally, you'd be better off at just hiding in a pile of bodies.
There you go.
That's your thing.
Yeah. Like The Walking Dead, just cover myself.
Or just walk around with like a ketchup bottle, squeezable ketchup bottle, and just quickly just squirt ketchup all over you and just lay down.
Like, oh my God.
No, not even that.
Oh, no, just be dead.
Be dead. Just squirt all over you. That's really your go-to.
That is, yeah.
I think you just stick with that. I'll get you one.
Okay, well, guess what? We have here, this is from Old Row Official. This should be a fun little game that we can play. So we have, we have 9 action hero characters, okay? I'm going to write them down for you. You have to pick 2 of them, all right?
Oh, God.
The other 7 are coming to kill you. So choose wisely, okay?
Okay. Do I have defense?
These 2 characters.
Or do I have... Oh. So those 2... Okay, what do we do? So I'm picking 2 characters that are going to defend my honor.
Yep.
To fight off the other 7. This sounds like a Riley Reid gangbang.
Ray, it could be.
I'm just saying. I'm not... Allegedly. I'm not saying I watched any. I'm just saying that's what it sounds like.
Okay, so let me throw a few at you here.
Yeah, throw a few at me.
Okay. We have John McClane from Die Hard. We have Indiana Jones.
He's so overrated, dude.
Have you ever seen an Indiana Jones movie, Will?
I have maybe saw a couple minutes, and I could care less.
Oh, man, come on, dude. That's Lucasfilm. Harrison
Ford
in his prime. Great stories.
Nah.
Sean Connery was his dad in the third one? Oh, they fight the Nazis?
Listen, just like some people are not Star Wars fans and give me shit for liking Star Wars, I'm not an Indiana Jones fan. I think it's just an overrated character. That's it, And yeah, the famous, the fucking running out the tomb with the big giant ball coming after him.
That's just a fucking thing.
Whatever.
Okay.
Iconic.
So we have, pardon my left-handed writing, we have John McClane from Die Hard, Indiana Jones, James Bond, Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible, John Wick, Jason Bourne, Rambo, Batman, and the Terminator.
This is so easy. I don't even know why.
There is only one correct answer. That's why I wanted to pose it to you. I want to see where your head's at.
There's not one correct answer. There is one.
Yep.
What I'm about to tell you. So
Go
I
for
pick
it.
2 people?
Pick 2 people. Who's...
John Wick and Rambo.
To me, you were close. But I like your choices.
I know what you're going to say. Terminator.
That was the other one.
No.
No?
No. First of all,
you could melt him again.
Yeah. John Wick.
John Wick for sure.
Yeah.
John Wick
That's
for sure.
number 1.
Batman was also kind of in there with me.
He's a creep, dude.
He's got all the gadgets. He's a ninja.
He's a pedophile.
How?
Because he comes out at night. He's got all these little fucking, he's got that voice like, I'm Batman.
That makes him a pedophile.
He gives me pedophile vibes. He's all in black, wearing a fucking mask that only covers his eyes. He just gives me pedophile vibes.
He's fighting crime.
Allegedly.
Well, maybe that is why he calls Robin the Boy Wonder.
Allegedly. And then apparently, then he's got some fucking love-hate relationship with the Joker. I know what's going on. He's part of a big sex ring operation.
He gets off on it?
To me, Batman is what Jeffrey Epstein aspired to be in real life.
Or do you think maybe he's got like a Michael Jackson complex because his parents were taken from him at such a young age? He had to grow up so quickly that he felt like he didn't have a childhood, and he lives alone in that mansion.
Probably. Oh, and then he lives in a cave. And then he lives in a cave.
He doesn't live in the cave.
He lives in a cave.
That's his garage and his workshop.
Lives in the bad cave. Okay, and then don't think that there wasn't some gay shit going on with Robin. Okay.
They did used to slide down the poles.
And he was kind of on the younger side too. Just saying, if we're gonna be real. Okay, I'm just breaking it down. I get pedophile vibes. That's it. And that's cool. If he likes little boys, I mean, whatever. It's a comic book, but just own up to it.
I think that's why they had to eventually introduce Batgirl. They're like, this is getting a little weird.
I mean, whatever.
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 It could be. It could not be. But I like where your head's at. That could have gone a lot worse. I've seen some pretty poor answers in the comment section on that too as well.
Because it's fanboy-ish.
Yeah.
They're not thinking a logical situation. I'd even get rid of Rambo. Just give me John Wick.
Right, just John Wick versus all of them.
Yeah.
That is the right answer.
That's really it, because they're all killable. Pretty much. Even Batman. He's just a man.
Yeah.
He's just a man in black underwear. It's really all he is.
Well, I remember last week you brought up those top 5 weirdest high-paying occupations that are out there that people have never heard of. Well, there's one in China. One can pay, so I guess this is a job for somebody, but one can pay $60 to be rescued from a traffic jam in Beijing. So the congestion has led to an innovative solution known as jam busting. Offering an escape from the notorious traffic jams for a $60 fee. Jam busters are individuals, often on motorcycles, who skillfully navigate through congested areas to rescue stranded drivers. So while someone else drives the cars to their destination. So someone comes, I guess 2 people would roll up on the motorcycle at that point. You hop on the back with one person, and then the other person sits in your car and sits in traffic for you. It's kind of what it sounds like.
While the other person
takes you to your
place. Or they give you the motorcycle.
And they sit. I don't know if I trust that. Yeah, right. Here, have this motorcycle. I'd pay $60 for a free motor, or $60 for a free one. $60 for a motorcycle.
It's not a good business plan. I'm just gonna say, not really worth the squeeze. Even if you 2 people, so you're getting half each, those $30 each, if you have 2 people.
Well, that's true.
And then who's to say, he's not 10, 15 minutes away, okay? Then you got to wait for Bozo the Clown, your partner, that's sitting in traffic, before you can even go do another one. So
or maybe they got people to swap. There might be more information that's missing from that.
Could be like Amazon drivers, maybe. There's just a fucking bunch of them, and they're just swapping. I don't know. It doesn't really sound... a good business plan, but what do I know?
This was a solid business plan. This came actually back from...
Real quick, have you looked into the paper towel sniffer? Because I'm telling you that you're calling. I'm telling you. Did you even try?
No, I didn't.
Fill out an application.
I did not.
I'm sure you just have to give them your name and a picture of your nose.
I was going to say, just have this right here, bud.
Right.
I look like what the dad from Wild Thornberrys if I was a redhead.
Yeah,
at this point.
You know what? Yeah.
Smashing.
No, you're still the Inspector Gadget cartoon version. That's just, but okay, I'm just looking out for you. But, okay,
Go Gadget mustache.
But continue.
Well, this came back from 2012. Speaking of cars, but a Chicago man bought a car for $600. So real cheap. But he bought it in his ex-girlfriend's name, then parked it at the airport to rack up parking tickets totaling over $100,000.
Yes.
Over a long period of time. Well, eventually, of course, this got out, and there was a whole litigation between the 2 of them and the city of Chicago. Well, the city decided to waive the $100,000 in ticket fines for the ex. That still resulted in a remaining balance of $4,470 that she was stuck for the bill for. So...
Hold on, but here's the thing. Part of it's on the city, because at some point do you go, okay, obviously no one's coming back for this car. Let's tow it and get it out of here.
Mm.
So to continuously rack up those, I mean, come on. I mean, really? I'm just saying.
Right.
The city's kind of on that, too. Like,
I guess.
it hasn't moved in months. The whole windshield is covered in parking tickets. You'd be like, I don't think anyone's coming back for this car.
Right, it's abandoned.
I don't know. Just saying.
They don't even call somebody. Well, I mean, you see how Chicago takes care of shit.
We'll just keep it. I mean, obviously the cleanest, safest city I've ever seen in my life.
Next to Ybor.
Pretty much, neck and neck.
Mm.
So, well, I'm gonna go into a little sports here, and I'm not a big college football fan.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't.
I'm not. But when I saw this story, and I'm a big football fan, I've never seen any quarterback do this ever. Ever in my lifetime. I'm only 30, so I'm not that old. Maybe this has happened back in the day.
Okay.
So, correct me if I'm wrong.
All right.
USC quarterback Caleb Williams, who is supposedly going to be the number 1 quarterback this year, big time, right?
Okay.
Well, he lost. Okay. No big deal. Everyone loses here and there. No, not a problem. Well, he was very upset. And he was crying.
Oh.
Yeah.
He cried?
He cried.
He's pulling a Tim Tebow, basically? Oh, there's your reference, right?
Worse.
Oh. Well, Tebow didn't cry because he lost.
Went to his mom that was in the stands and was, like, hysterically crying to the point where his mom, because she knew the cameras were on him, had to cover his face with like a
sweater or something. Like
no, it wasn't a sweater. It looked like a
folder,
like a poster or something
okay.
like that. But to cover his face, like he was crying, like a 6-year-old, bumped his head, on the wall, that kind of crying. And I got to tell you, man. I have never seen that in my life.
There's no crying in football.
And let me tell you this. If I was a team that was even thinking about drafting him, I would not draft him. You cannot be a leader of a football team, supposedly, and after just a loss, you cry like that. To literally where you go to your mom to cry. Like, listen, I'm a mama's boy. I get it. Not on national TV. Not at a fucking football game.
Not at a game either, man. Like, yeah.
And all eyes are on you. You know you're big time. You're big time, man. You're the number 1 prospect. And I don't care if you lost 56-0. You don't go to your mom in front of everybody and start crying. It's one thing if you're on the bench, and you got a little tear.
Right, I was going to say, you lost the championship.
Your head's
I've seen
down.
shit like that.
Okay.
Although my dad's always told me, no matter what, whether it's professional, college, no matter what sport it is either, he never understood the idea of the losing team that sits there for like 30 minutes to like an hour watching the winning team continue to celebrate. It's fucking over.
Yeah, no, but they should.
I'm hitting the locker room. I'm
should.
done with this shit.
No, you should sit there and watch it.
Have to, yeah, that's your
because
consequence.
that could have been you. But because you failed to execute your job or didn't do your job, whichever one, you have to sit through it.
Stare the reality in the face.
You should.
Another good
and
way
then
to look
use
at
that
it.
as motivation to get your ass back there next time. But you should fucking sit there and watch.
That's
Have
like
the confetti rain down on you. Yes, you should.
Richard Sherman crying after the Super Bowl loss when he was with Seattle.
See, but
he didn't run to his mom.
No, but that's okay. He didn't fucking.
He didn't bawl like a fucking child.
He wasn't on the ground
no.
wailing, shaking his, like, I mean.
I got to see this reaction.
Oh, it is all over the place. You just Google it, and it's embarrassing.
Almost as embarrassing as their team name. I mean, the Gamecocks? Like,
no.
Isn't that USC?
USC.
Oh, they're the Trojans.
Yeah, they're the Trojans.
Who are the Gamecocks?
I think that's Kentucky.
It's another, like, number 1-ish kind of team that's always around, isn't it?
No. I think it's Kentucky in that area.
Right? It's like, tell us you don't follow college football without telling us you don't follow college football.
Right. But it just... I don't, and again, he's going to get drafted. He's going to make millions of dollars. Joke's on us.
What if he cries when he gets drafted and goes to his mom again? Like, have his mom on
and we're
standby
gonna give
for the
this
draft.
guy millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And here
Go wipe his tears
you're
with
gonna
him.
lead this franchise. I'm sorry, dude. If you, I mean, you got to cry behind closed doors, dude. You can't be in a leadership role and cry like that. You can have a tear, be a little upset, keep your emotions in check. If you cannot keep your emotions in check, how am I going to rely on you to help me win this game?
If it starts to get stressful, where's your head at? I'm going to be wondering all the time.
What? So on the final drive, a comeback? What if you have you're going to have a panic attack? And what? I need to have a blanket and fucking come hold you for 5 minutes? Call 3 timeouts in a row until you get your shit together? What are we doing?
Could you imagine if they called a timeout and he ran to the stands and just chilled with his mom for a
Oh
minute to
my
get some comfort and then
God.
came back to the huddle?
That's the future of America. That's where we are right now.
Well,
Unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, if you wanted to figure out what's going through his mind, maybe we should volunteer him for this. Elon Musk's Neuralink is looking for the first human volunteer to have a piece of their skull cut open by a robotic surgeon and implant the Neuralink chip into your brain.
Why aren't you signing up for that? That's less shit you have to do in life.
Well, I kind of want to start with the paper towel thing now. I'm going to start small and then
Earn some money?
maybe build up to that.
Okay.
But the process involves ultra-thin threads, approximately 1/14th the width of a human hair. These threads are equipped with 16 electrodes programmed to collect data related to brain activity linked to the intention of movement. So a lot of what I've been seeing is people that have suffered strokes, people that have, injuries, paralysis, things of that nature. It's almost like a bypass to act, because those nerves, they're not technically dead, according to Elon Musk. That's what he said. But just the neuron, the way to link the two things together, the way to plug them together so that the connection continues, is cut off.
And
So,
yet we can't cure cancer.
Right.
But we can do but we can do this shit, but cancer
I think that's what the fulvic minerals are for. Drink some more of this.
It's out of our hands.
Drink some more of that.
No, I'm good.
But his idea is basically that, it's a super electric, it's a supercomputer.
Right.
It's a lot of electricity going on in our brains. So to solve an electrical problem, he said, you need electrical components or an electrical kind of tool in order to interface with that.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. It sounds great in theory, and, it will help some people, but here's the thing. Okay? People are going to abuse it. We're going to get lazy. It's going to be like WALL-E, if anybody's seen that, where the fucking people are just sitting, not moving, sitting in fucking floatable chairs.
This is to help you move again for a lot of people.
Oh, I thought it was for the people that couldn't move, that they can
get them to
shit
move now.
with their. Oh, okay.
Well, there is that too.
Because I saw the monkey.
Right.
I saw the monkey video, and he
Exactly.
was,
But that's how they tested the technology. Now, there was a lot of, concern that they mishandled, the animals during those testing processes.
He was getting banana smoothie out of the tube, like.
I know. He gets to play Pong all day. What a tough life.
Better than the Amazon rainforest, I'm just saying.
There you go. But that's what it was for. It was just continuing that process to where how you would have someone that's unresponsive, seemingly, but there was that little cursor that they could control, because the neurons, or the electrodes, I should say, to interact with the neurons were all put on the outside. So they would put all those things on their head, and they could move a cursor to say yes or no kind of thing. That's where the idea has now grown to the point where, let's say I had a horrible accident, suffered some brain damage, I can't move my left arm anymore. You put this Neuralink thing in there, they can basically have it bypass whatever neuron damage you have that is preventing you from moving your arm to, oh my God, all of a sudden I can move my arm again. And the weird part about it is it does record all of this brain activity. It records your brain activity. It records all that kind of stuff.
It's going to record every time you
right.
jack off. Just say, it'd be a good person Elon Musk should try this on? The fucking guy from Squirmy and Grubs. You know who I'm talking about?
No idea, but I love the name.
Let me tell you something, okay? It's this fucking hot fucking chick from Minnesota. Used to be like a swimmer.
Is that Grubs? I'm sorry.
I really don't know. I don't know who's who, but they're big on YouTube. And then the fucking other guy, Squirmy Grubs, I don't really know, but he can't move. He's like constantly crunched up in a wheelchair.
Okay.
He can, whatever. She's got to carry him around, whatever. Allegedly, they're having sex. I doubt it. But Elon Musk should fucking be like, you know what? You should be the number one. Man, he would.
I'm
He
sure
would love
maybe
that.
he has reached out to him and he
Reach out to Squirmy and Grubs,
Yeah.
Elon. I don't really know who's who, but I'm just saying that would be the perfect person.
That could work out pretty
I'll
well.
show you after we're done recording.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Grubs. Yeah,
I think I know.
Yeah,
when you started to describe the little guy, that's where I'm like, yes. No, okay. Now I know. I don't know who the chick is, though.
Huh?
I don't know who the chick is, though. I didn't realize.
First of all, she's fucking hot. Second of all, I don't know what the fuck I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a relationship expert. I think she's milking them, but whatever.
Hey.
Like the money wise, whatever.
Right, no.
But like, I don't
Thanks
know.
for clarifying.
Well, I don't.
That's true. That's true. You never know how we're going to.
That'd be perfect for Elon. See, Elon wants to be an American hero. Do that. Make Grubs walk again.
Right. We don't have
that's
Stephen
his name.
Hawking anymore, so that's out the window.
I don't think he would. I think
Right?
he'd
He'd be too scared.
No.
Like how you said, the abuse of like somebody would be able to do something. Could you imagine if it turns into almost like the whole Russian sleeper cell theory with programmed stuff where they can all of a sudden just hijack you?
Yeah.
And make you do stuff.
Yeah, like the cell, something like that.
Right? Yeah. They just hijack you with we're gonna put this little fucking pulse through them, and now we got them, and now it's your new video game.
It's gonna be beautiful.
That'd be awesome.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Sign me up, actually. Just
I want Grubs to be great again. That's what I want.
make Grubs great again.
Yes.